Hey guys, this is Fan Confessions, the podcast of two friends, and the K-Wave. Hi, I'm Lisa.
I'm Stephanie.
And welcome to a place where we share our love of all things K-pop and our personal experience as fans. So today, everyone, we're doing a little something new. We're going to do an artist takeover episode. Yay! And drumroll, please. Our artist is going to be Astro. So both Steph and I are really excited about this latest comeback of theirs. Since we didn't include them in our latest bias episode that you guys may have seen, we decided, hey, let's do a little spotlight. Deep dive spotlight.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's a good way to put it. I don't know. Yeah, partly why we didn't include it is Lisa and I share the same bias. We love them lots. I mean, they're super underrated, so it's definitely a worthy feature for anybody that isn't a fan yet. And we have some friends that are really fond of Astro as well, so we thought this would be a really fun episode. So very aware out there that not everyone's multi-stans, so not everyone might know very much about Astro. So first of all, they are a group and they're consisting of 6 members. So we've got Jinjin, MJ, Eunwoo, Moonbin, Rocky, and Sanha. I think I said all those right.
You did. Good job.
Myself. And so their fandom name is Aroha, which I actually really love how that sounds. I love their whole theme around that. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's about how they love all kinds of fans. So it's a very inclusive sounding environment.
Well, it sounds very much like Aurora Borealis, right?
Yes.
And all the different colors. And I think that's very
Which will tie into something we will talk about later, which I'm super excited about. My favorite part about it. And so they debuted in 2016 under Fantasio Entertainment. So that company also has Weki Meki and Ong Sung-woo, who we love, I think, from previous Produce 101. So yeah, I think, they come from a company that is fairly popular, I think, right now. And there was actually a pretty good level of production too. So a lot of really good music videos, stages, and everything like that. In terms of what else they stand for, so if you see their symbol, it looks like a star. And something I actually recently learned about it is the star is made out of 2 different triangles. And so one triangle is standing for Astro themselves, and then the other is for the fans, and then combined together they make the star, which I thought that was such a cute little detail about them, right? Yeah.
It's sort of like a little more, the more you know.
Yeah, the more you know, and learning something new every day. That's why I kind of love these projects. A little bit more research. I get to learn a little bit more about the group. But so their whole concept is super wholesome. But the thing I really love about it too is that you get some groups sometimes and then their fandom name and you're just like, what is that? Or it's just kind of bizarre. Yeah, but it just seems perfect and appropriate. And so it's very cool. And
I like it too. Okay, so question 1 would be when and how did we start getting into Astro? So for me, you may have seen a few episodes, and this is a bit of a recurring theme. But Steph was the one who shared Astro's music with me at first. Shocking. And okay, so a bit of confession too. We're going to start off early. So I was not really keen on Astro at first, only because it was a very more sweet, kind of innocent, cutesy vibe they were going for in the initial days. And it's funny because one of the first songs Steph shared with me was Crazy Sexy Cool. Yeah. And it's cute and it's sweet, but I was okay. But funny thing is, it is now one of my favorite songs of theirs.
As it should be.
As it should be. Because it's just Moonbin, the goggle glasses, yeah. And the little sleepover kind of deal. It's
It's a
It's
good
just
video.
good video. It's a good video. And can we just sort of like praise the choreo,
Yes.
because
Oh, they're always so good.
they're always so good. And it's like they're so good in such a subtle way that you
Mhm.
don't really recognize at first. It takes a couple watches for you to be like, whoa.
Well, because it's like pure perfection when they hit it, though. They're like kind of like how I love 17. Astro is like a tighter, smaller group version that you just, I don't know, they're just like a perfect pod. They never mess up.
And it's so funny because like you have half the members are a little shorter and half
Hmm.
the members are really tall.
Yeah. It's a good
But the
dynamic.
way I know, but the way they combine in their transitions,
Hmm.
you don't notice that.
Totally.
It's like they mesh perfectly together. And yeah, so that it took me a little while to catch on,
Hmm.
but between that and okay, so some of you may have seen and listened to the song Blue Flame. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back for Lisa, because it was
Yeah, yeah, that broke your back.
just like wolves and looking over the shoulder in the moonlight. And it was Blue Flame, for those who haven't seen it, it's like smack you in the face, like smexy song. And it's just like the best thing ever. So once that I was sold at Blue Flame, and just like I went back and like revisited some of the earlier stuff, and I was just like, what was wrong with me? What was wrong with me? It's like, where was I? So, and Steph was
Yes,
just like, I told you so.
I know, because I swear it must have been years between when that happened and what I was showing you, and I was like someone's
Vindicated.
got to get it at some point in time. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty hilarious.
You were vindicated afterwards. So there you go.
So I guess no mystery, I fell in love with them first, but that's okay.
It's
Um,
okay.
it took me actually a little while too. So I guess this is sort of part of my confession. So I would have seen them when they came out with their variety, which I think was called Okay Astro, or sorry, Astro Okay Ready. And
Uh,
they are super cute, but like the only thing I remember from that whole thing was them going to get coffee or bubble tea or something, and they were just really cute, and that's all I really remember. I don't remember much else. I don't think I watched the entire thing, but I was like, okay, yeah, they're kind of cute. I was kind of new to variety at that point in time, so I didn't invest a lot of time. And then they came out, and then I was like, whoa, that's like really cutesy. And so I wasn't like, at that point I like didn't get the cute concepts yet, so I wasn't fully invested, and I didn't even just, I don't know, give it a try. And then honestly, I can't even remember when it was. It had to be maybe Baby, or like later down in their songs. Like I saw something with Moonbin in it, and Moonbin, like I will forever talk about him being like this amazing star quality. He's kind of like a demon. Like he's just has it, whatever it is.
I
I
know.
can't take my eyes off of him. And he's just, he smile the way he smiles, way he doesn't smile, like he could do anything, and it's just amazing. And so I was just like, man, I really want to appreciate this guy. And then yeah, so that's probably around the time I was showing Lisa stuff. But so I guess that's part one of my confession, is I didn't really get them for longer than I should have too. But then the second part of it is also I've been a one member woman for a very long time, and I haven't appreciated them all enough because I've been so focused on
Aw.
Moonbin that it's like it took me a while to like, now I'm starting to finally like, I know all their names, I know what they each do and their part, and I'm appreciating other people a little bit more in the group. But for a while
Definitely.
there, it was like all Moonbin zone, like even before Blue Flame, like it was, yeah, I don't know.
We were focused.
Yes, very focused, and
And
yeah, I
now
was a dedicated Moonbin
but
fan.
it's okay. We're expanding our worldview. We're
Yes,
getting to know more of the group, so it's never too late.
exactly. It's never too late. And please don't just fall into the one member camp, because they are all super duper talented and 100% worthy of your love too. We're going to talk about our favorite songs. this, I think, well, this is a can be a hard topic, but for me, this was a super easy topic actually, because this song is like if I had a master list of my favorite K-pop songs, this would definitely be in the top 10, maybe even
Ooh.
top 5. I don't know. It's one of my favorites, and it's All Night. And this song is just like checks off everything. The video is super beautiful too. I mean, they all have
Oh my
pastel hair.
God.
There's flowers everywhere. It is a gorgeous video.
It's sort of like, what is it,
So
vignette
dreamy.
around the sides in some shots
Yeah,
makes so
I
like
don't know.
dreamy.
And like, if you see any of these pictures from the promos, it's like, are these guys even real? Like,
Yeah,
they're
these are
gorgeous.
somebody came out of an anime, I swear.
They're like, it's just they're very heavenly looking. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, outside of the video and the gorgeous looks for the whole thing, the song itself is extremely addicting. Like the chorus, like makes you want to sing along. I do not speak Korean, but I want to try and sing along with it. And I don't know, I like the whole message about it. Behind
Oh
it with the
yeah.
lyrics too is fun. It also has probably one of my favorite music video and stage moments, where I think it's Eunwoo is like such a good night. It's so good. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, I
it's
do.
like it's a momentous pause to it, and it's perfect.
And
It's
it's not,
so good.
you know, like there's so many people that do that and it's just super cheesy, but
Yeah, no, it's not.
Chunwoo pulls it off like nobody's business.
No, it is so is easily one of my favorite killing moments in a K-pop stage or music video ever.
It's a very good
So
pick.
yeah, that for sure makes it the top for me. What about you? What's your favorite song?
Well, All Night is right up there. It's
Yeah.
not my top one, but like the level of choreo in that song is just like it takes you a while, a couple watches to really appreciate it, but it's just like
Mhm.
really epic.
It
And
is.
like just like the synchronicity, and it was beautiful. And Sanha's vocals I think is pretty
Mhm.
underrated. Like his parts are like
Mhm.
he's a beautiful voice.
Yeah, he
And
does.
I don't think he gets enough attention personally. Crazy Sexy Cool is another one.
I love that one.
And we mentioned earlier, I I was not quite into the cutie concept at
Mhm.
first, but it's now one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And but like the number one for me is still Blue Flame. It's hard to beat. It's like one of those songs leaves you like a melted puddle of hormones on the floor. It is so good.
Oh man, you know what? Like I'm kind of on the opposite spectrum where Blue Flame is on the bottom for me. I mean, it was
Oh
good,
yeah.
but I don't know. But I like things about it that it isn't the chorus too. It's I find it weird when I don't like the chorus as much, but it was good. But back to Crazy Sexy Cool. I love that concept too because it was like kind of feels almost Harry Potter. I don't know what about it feels magical to me, but it
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
like magical. And then the whole like I don't know if you remember the stages, but props to the boys for wearing a million layers. Like
My
whoever decided to
God.
dress them in, dress shirt, vest, sweater, jacket, tie, every single piece of clothing
Yeah.
on these
That
men while they're dancing. Impressive.
that that stylist was not thinking about their core temperature
No,
very
I
much.
guess not. But I was thoroughly impressed at they never even looked like it was a big deal. But I'm like, I'd be dying if I was them.
True.
It was very
True
cute
professionals.
though. So I guess
Yeah.
yeah, they are
And,
true professionals. I would say that.
mhm.
So since we talked about our favorite songs, I thought we could also talk about our favorite music videos or just videos in general of Astro. And man, is so the song wasn't hard for me to choose, but the video is really hard for me to choose because holy cow, this group,
Yeah.
their amount of music videos that they've done, like there's a library to choose from their singles to begin with, but like all of them are so good. Like I don't know about you, but I find them super entertaining.
Like every single one. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
in its
And you
own
like
way.
and it's sad because like you forget for a little while, then you go back and watch it and just
Mhm.
like this is great.
Yeah, 100%. Like I went and I I like was like, I'm gonna watch every video they released from beginning to the end the other day, just in preparation for this. Like I have seen them, but I've never like sat and watched them back to back. And yeah, I don't know. They're so extremely bright and vibrant, and it just
Mm,
shows through in every video, whether it's like a really innocent concept or like later on they get a little bit more like innovative and creative in how they approach things, and like maybe it's like more of a sexy vibe or a serious vibe, but
yeah.
it's still got something unique that's like them. And I don't know, it's just always top notch, whether it's the performance or the quality of the video and everything all together. So
Yeah, and like it just fits them. Like you said, they can go from innocent to mature and sexy and serious, but it always seems to fit them so well, right?
yeah, thinking about their albums and comparing it to their music videos, and when I was trying to pick, you know, what my favorite music video was, it's like hard because it doesn't totally stand out about it. So I kind of want to just talk a little bit about the theme that they have going on in their music videos that I really appreciate
Oh.
and I think is awesome. So their first few albums were like a seasonal approach to them. So they had like a color specific to it, and then the songs almost had a like a vibe that kind of matched it. So like be bright yellow, and then it would be one of their brighter songs, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So you really saw, like we talked a little bit about color, and color is a big thing for them. And so when they first came out with hide and seek, that one you just saw the vibrancy like out of the gate. Like there's lots of same color like zones in the video and stuff. And so if you like see it, if you've seen it before, they almost look like they're like little characters popping up and down in it. It's very over the top, kind of cutesy. I appreciate it a lot more now because the choreography is actually complicated and hard with what they're doing. It's quite amusing, but so that's like the first you really see and how they stood out to me because they were like super bright. And so then they released this song called Breathless. And so this is one of the most
Oh.
memorable music videos for me. And I think it'll forever stay one of my favorites just because it's like the color story comes together, but it's like this cute concept of these soda bottles. And this girl
Oh
is like
yeah.
interacting with them and carrying them around, but they're like personified as the bottles. So it's like you see the bottles and then you see the boys in a very similar position. So it's like she goes and puts them in the fridge, and then they're shivering, and then like she's carrying them around, they look like they're falling over. Like it's it's just very clever in terms of a whole concept for the video, and it's fun seeing like an inanimate object being personified as this boy
Exactly.
group. So it's really cute, and the girl does a really good job at acting too in it. It's one of those MVs I just really love watching. um and so this is kind of where you start to see the colors again because they're like all in the same color outfit and stuff like that, and then she like mixes the sodas and then their clothes change mix up, which I thought was kind of cute too. um and then so after you had that video, another year later they released one called Baby.
Okay.
And so Baby, it opens up with a view of a store, and it's called the D store, which I'm assuming afterwards I figure out is the Dream store because the album was called Dream. I'm gonna assume that's what D store is. Sorry, that's funny now I'm thinking about it. I'm not gonna say it out loud. It's the D store, the Dream store. And there's a sign outside, which I can only assume is a spelling error. When I looked at the video again, it had 7 flavored drinks, which I think are flavor. It's supposed to be flavored drinks, possibly. So the
I don't
sodas are
know.
back
The
from the
sodas are back.
previous video. So there's like little taps on the wall, and they're all running the Dream store where you can get the different flavored sodas. And so it's like the whole video is shot in this like way that it looks like you're walking into the store and they're serving you. So they like put out like a little cute little menu in front of you, and it tells you what all the different colors and the flavors mean, and so they relate to personalities. So it's like that's when you can start to relate them to each of the members in the group. So as the video goes on, each member is in a different color room and their outfits the same color and all the props and stuff. And
Oh.
so it's like a super fun thing. And then I'm like, oh, I just loved it because it's like the sodas were in the other video and now they're back again. And then it has more meaning. And so it's like super cool that way. And so like I've been a graphic designer by trade, so this whole thing with the colors and how vibrant it was, like Baby is a beautiful music video. I don't know if you've seen it, just very, very satisfying to watch, a lot of contrast, everything like that. So then I guess to give you a little idea of what like some of the colors and how they did it, so like Moonbin, our favorite, was red. And so on the menu, I like looked up what their little menu things were, and he was energy, passion, warm, love. So I was like, oh, okay.
Aw.
So each of them had their own. So whatever soda it was, it had its own like little thing. And I was like, you know what? They should have debuted with that. I thought, oh, like that was such a
Oh
strong concept,
yeah.
right? Like it would be such a good way to introduce fans to who they are and what their personality is.
Exactly, because it's sort of like each color represents a little bit of, maybe it represents a little bit of their own personalities and not
Yeah.
just like character traits, but it's like
Mhm.
there's different flavors and like you can find one that you love and
Yeah.
you're gonna find the guy, the member that's like
That suits
perfect
you.
for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be okay with all of them. It looked, I don't know. I was like, I'll have one of every soda, pretty much. But I was like, I just love this concept, and it was
Yeah,
it's a cute way to get to know them. And I was like, damn, I wish there was more groups that kind of put that type of effort into their concepts, because I thought it was really, really well done.
exactly. Give us the variety pack. In terms of favorite videos, I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a side trail because all their music videos are amazing, like Steph said, and there's something really cool and unique about every single one. But I just wanted to talk about some of the other content that they like to put out on the YouTubes. So, especially members Rocky and Moonbin are amazing dancers, and they're like the group's leader dancers. And they do some really awesome cover dances where they're sort of
Mhm.
like celebrating other
Yeah.
artists, and they do everything from like what I love is that they're not afraid to do female artist choreo
Oh,
and they don't
totally.
just stick to males. Like Rocky
No.
just recently released one where he did a cover of Chunga's Bicycle
Oh, nice.
and it is good.
Hmm.
And Moonbin went a little viral one time when he was attempting ITZY's wannabe shoulder dance.
Hmm.
And he was just, you could feel how sincere he was when he was just like, man, that's hard.
It is kind of deceiving, right? It looks like it would be so easy, but I'm pretty sure it's super complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think my shoulders are can
Able
do
to
that
do that.
at
Yeah.
all. So kudos to him.
Yeah. And then I
And
don't know, what about the Send Me one that he did?
oh yeah,
So good with the time is
yeah,
up, I think, or something like that. Oh,
24-hour.
24 hours, that's it. Sorry.
I
That's
think
another Send Me song. There's too
yeah.
many with time in the title. Yes.
So I think it was at one of their earlier concerts in
Hmm.
Korea. Like, you know, sometimes they do like special stages for the fans and get everybody really excited. So Moon did a cover of Sunmi's 24-hour.
So good.
And Steph's just like, remember that one? And I'm like,
Sorry, I
yes.
can't forget about that because it's just him being him.
No, no.
So
So
good.
you watch that and it's like, nope, cannot forget about that ever again.
But like you gotta love the fact that yeah, they do the female thing and then it doesn't feel wrong though, or weird, or put up like or like overdone or anything. They just find this like perfect, they're just so confident or something in it that it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's
They can
okay.
showcase just how awesome it is
Hmm.
and like just put a little bit of their own flavor in there, right?
Hmm. Definitely. And I would
Yeah.
say too, in preparing for this, I looked up Rocky as well. And yeah, super impressed with him and his dance skills too. I mean, I think
Yeah.
severely underrated for sure.
Like he doesn't get nearly enough attention for just how much skill and
Hmm.
like cuz like you see him dance and you're just like, wow.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
impressive. So we talked about their videos and we talked about the music. And I feel like in the past couple of weeks, we haven't talked a lot about drama. So let's talk about some of these musicians being really great actors.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, and in particular for me, it's Eunwoo. I had watched the whole entire season of My ID is Gangnam Beauty, which he was a male lead in. And so I don't think this is the first thing he acted in. We're saying he had done some web dramas before, but this was like the first full-fledged like big drama project. And wow, you know what? I was like kind of impressed. Like at first, it's like the series is a little bit jarring. Like sometimes there's a lot of K-drama series, I'm kind of not sure in the beginning. But this one still, it got me. And like him too, you might think he's like a little stiff, but like as you get to know the character and what he's portraying, it totally makes sense. So
yeah, because the drama itself is based off of a webtoon.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's actually, that's the character. The character is very
Yes.
like,
Yes,
So,
totally. And so yeah, like I thought he did a good job at it. And in terms of like eventually it's like you just really learn to love him as a character. And the drama as a whole, like I would highly recommend it. It's like very heartwarming at its core. It, you know, it touches on like the topic of plastic surgery, which like you don't see very often. And it's like about the girl like actually has gotten it. And the idea of like that plastic surgery is not necessarily just because it's like the physical piece of it, but what it does to you, and if you've had issues and why you might choose to go down that road, and like kind of the road that person has to cross and how their life is. And it's just a very interesting take on it, I found. So that was really cool. The other thing I loved about it is it has like a really good villain in it. So a lot of the time, I don't know about you, but the girls, if they're like in the second lead part or they're like supposed to be kind of villains, I usually hate them. Like I can't stand them. They're really annoying a lot of the time and you don't sympathize with them or anything. But this girl, however she acted and the storyline they gave her, it was believable as to why she would be acting the way she was. And you just, I don't know, I actually did start to feel sorry for her, understandable in how she could have got as messed up as she was or whatever. Like it was really well done. So I thought that was good.
Those are the best villains. Like the best villain is the one that you can sympathize with, I think. Yeah.
Totally.
So points for that.
Yeah. So if you want like an easy to watch, like romantic comedy, this is like a really good pick for you.
My turn. So I'm going to talk about a drama called Moment of 18. And this is the one that actually Moonbin was part of. He wasn't the main character. It actually starred his label mate, Eunwoo, and his co-star was Kim Hyung-ji, who was actually part of a web drama that Eunwoo was in earlier before he was in Gangnam Beauty, which is like all the connections within connections. Was kind of fun when I realized this. So Moonbin's a bit of a secondary character, but I don't know, the way he portrayed his character was so tasteful and so well done. And like really the entire cast really impressed me. And the storytelling, like the writing for the drama, like it's a coming of age high school drama. There's a little bit of like the romance, and it's interesting because it touches on like social and class divide issues in terms of like the Korean education system. There's like all these little bits and like commentary on society, but it's not forced. It's not over dramatized. It's like amazing how all the actors in the cast were able to like really step it up, I think. Moonbin particularly shined for me, and it really stood out just because of his storyline and his character storyline, because he had a bit of his character development was, and I'm not gonna throw in some spoilers, but I'm just saying
because I'm a bad fan and haven't seen this drama yet. How dare I, as the Moonbin fan, not see the drama he's been in? Oh, so I gotta see it.
So. I know, so I won't spoil it, but I just want to say there is a really awesome twist with Moonbin's character's line, and him and like the major antagonist in the show. So it throws you off.
Hooking me.
Oh god, it's upsetting. It's good. And Moonbin, like I said before, like he portrayed it with such class and so well. So this kind of twist
Okay.
could be done very poorly. But I
Okay.
think this drama really did it well. And like they did everything well. So I really highly recommend this drama
All
because
right.
it's not cheese whatsoever. It's just pure class.
Awesome. Okay. Well, it was on my list, but it's moving up my list hearing this now. So I'll have to get on it.
We didn't want to leave without touching a little bit and highlighting our friend Rocky because he is like an amazing dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I had watched the show called Hit the Stage back when it first aired.
Yes. So
Way
good.
back, yeah, way back in 2016. I
Oh
realized how
God.
long ago that was.
Oh, but still worth the watch, people. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
all really good K-pop dancers were on
Yeah.
that. I wish they did another season,
Oh yeah, me too.
right?
Like so I know it's like missed opportunity. They could have reformatted
Yes.
some of the show a bit, but
Mhm.
so being that it was way back in 2016 and like I'm an old lady and my memory doesn't work so well, I had to go back and refresh a bit on Rocky's performances there. So I apologize to Auras out there. I had to remember that Rocky was in the show. And I
I
feel so
remembered,
bad.
but there's a couple of like very similar performances going on there. A lot of Joker
Oh yeah,
references.
yeah.
And then
Exactly.
like wasn't he was the mask, right?
Yes, the
Yes.
mask. That was like probably like a highlight performance on the
Mhm.
show for him because he is just like in the different style. Like he did a very like what's it called? Like swing style
Mhm.
for that performance.
Yeah. That would
And
make
like
sense.
yeah, he went all out. He like painted his face green.
Yeah.
He had the
Yeah.
yellow suit. It
Oh
was like
wow.
yeah, he was pretty epic. And like he I think there was a little bit of a dance off between him and Ten
Oh,
in
okay.
part of the show, which was super funny. I watched clips of that. I was like, I forgot about this. How did I forget about this? But
Mhm.
yeah,
You were
just
distracted by 10 back in the day, but now you can appreciate all of it.
that is true. That is true. So we just wanted to recommend if anybody wants to check out some great K variety
Yeah.
and sort of like just witness the talent that is
Mhm.
Mr. Rocky, I would recommend watching that show. Now, we are at what we are here for. So the latest comeback for Astro is a song called One. And
Mhm.
I have to tell you guys, it's pretty much immediately going to my top of my playlist and
Oh.
my top songs for Astro.
Oh
Just
wow.
I know, it was good and I was very excited and I was excited for a reason. So like there's a bit of an 80s synth
Mhm.
sort of to the track and it's like a little bit of a retro feel with that too and like their styling all the leather and like
Mhm.
just the kind of like bad boy thing they got going on
Yeah.
but it just like it hits all the marks for me and like totally my vibe for sure. Like Steph knows like when this is a Lisa song and this is pretty much a Lisa song, I will admit.
Yep. It's it definitely I think hits that. And for me, I think it's gonna take a few listens. Like I noticed the chorus is really getting to me now and gets stuck in my head. It has a lot more English than they usually have
I know,
too.
yeah.
So it's like very easy to pick up on, which I liked. Video is super fun. And yeah, like their outfits are really interesting. And then Eunwoo has blue hair, which I don't know. So I watched all the videos, right? And so everyone's hair color changes constantly, except for Eunwoo's
I know he
hair has
sticks.
seen pristine dark hair until now.
He's
Big
been
moment.
he's been Mr. Natural
Yeah,
all this time, but now
but he
he's
pulled it
gone.
off. The blue
I
looks good.
know.
He
It
could
looks
do it.
good.
So
It's like kind of like a silvery
yeah,
blue,
it's
so like
different.
it
Same
transitions.
style though. Like it's not drastic. Like it's
Yeah.
just colored. But yeah, I don't know. That just really stuck out to me. I actually had a moment there. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I
This
know.
doesn't
It's just
happen. So
like
yeah, but no, good for them. And I'm always
I think
excited when they come back. So
I do like we were talking just about Rocky earlier, and this has to
oh
be
yeah,
his comeback. He
it
kind
was
of
good.
stole the like his rap,
Mm-hmm.
like
He stood
his
out.
rap break was amazing. Like the rapid fire and like just
Yeah.
his styling and the sand and like just like it just like was perfect for him.
Yeah, it was, yeah, all over. And I agree for sure. Like this time I was like, oh, hey, there you are. Because usually I can notice him. I mean, I pick them up as I go, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have, sometimes he has almost like a quiet confidence presence, but this time it was just like in your face. And then his styling, they made like really extra too this time around. And
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
it's good.
So it was, and plus, if you really pay attention to the lyrics, it's got this really great fan song vibe to
Hmm.
it, where it's all about like we come as one,
Yeah.
Astro, or a package deal, folks.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And I just wanted to say a special shout out to Moonbin's long hair and
Oh, right.
and Jinjin's cropped jacket and no
Yeah.
shirt.
And you know what, Kate, Jin, I think I'm starting to become a real fan. Because like
I
listening
know,
back,
isn't he?
his voice is such a certain, I don't know. It's like I realized, I'm like, man, I actually really like a lot of his parts in the songs. And he
Yeah.
attracts my attention in the music videos and stuff. And he does a good job too. And the last thing I wanted to actually say about them is there's also the side project that just happened too with Moonbin and Sanha. They had a song before this one.
Yeah.
It was also really good and
Yeah, yeah,
nice to
yeah.
see because that was kind of, I think I want to say that was one of their first ones. I don't recall them doing any other side
No.
projects that
I
was to
think
that
it's
degree.
the first, you're right. I think you're 100% right. It's like their first sort of subunit for
Mhm.
Astro.
Yeah, so super exciting. And yeah, I can't wait to see more. And I don't know, the next comeback's just gonna be awesome, I'm sure. I feel like I just love everything they do, so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, bring on the next one that I'm gonna love just as much. So
Give us more.
well, thanks for tuning in today, and I really hope that, after listening to us talk, you take some time and get to know Astro because they so deserve it. They deserve more fans. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
love them as much as we do because I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I hope you enjoyed what we talked about, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tune in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.